him down a little bit further down the alleyway so he can't hear us talking, so we can like strategize a little bit.
Sure.
Okay,
Where?
I'll keep an eye on him.
I'm gonna assume like he's like over kind of like in this direction, so he's like still around this area sort of. And Richter, if you want to keep an eye on him, go for it.
Yep.
But like I would be probably talking somewhere around here to be out of earshot of him.
Okay.
With the intention of like not letting him hear what we're discussing.
Sure. Make a stealth check.
Okay, that's not.
Both of us?
Just him, because he's the main person that's sort of dealing with it.
Okay.
Okay.
I know I'm wearing half plate, but if it's conversation,
no, it's not disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
Oh wait, actually, while he has a sack on his head, can I put the helmet on top of the sack? You know the helmet.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know the helmet.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna
Maybe
take
a
off
good
my
thing
helmet,
that you did.
slam it back onto his head, and then say the command word.
Strangely enough, as you put the hat onto him and say, or the helmet onto him and say the command word, the helmet ceases to function.
Huh.
Oh,
He shouldn't have done that.
Does that
He
have
still has the
cupcakes
shackles on him.
He does, doesn't he? Oh well,
Still has
I guess I'll
helmets.
take the helmet off.
Okay, take the helmet off.
Does that happen? to
Does it
Cupcake
still
too?
work, or?
Yeah, it still works. As you put it back on your head and sort of say the command word, you're deafened again, and you.
Okay.
Does Cupcake
You
deactivate?
were just having temporary performance anxiety. It's fine.
What does Cupcake does? What?
Does Cupcake deactivate when he touches the shackles? Because he is an infusion. Okay.
Cupcake does not.
Okay, that's
He is
good to
more
know.
machine than magic.
That's good to know. Okay, cool. So with the intention of stealthing, okay, so what do we want to? Where do we want to put this person? Where do we want to? How do we want to deal with it? Because we can't put him in the Bard College, and I really don't feel comfortable leaving him in my home.
Yes, that's understandable.
So
Do we have a spare basement to rent out?
The
We do
beer
know
guy.
that one
The sewers
abandoned,
exist.
like, what was it? It was where you got the initial ring that your friend was in.
Oh yeah. That's on the other side of town, isn't it, Koa? That's like
That is on the other side of the town. That'd be a roughly.
Okay, wait a minute. What
half an
if
hour.
we get? What if we get the contact in our, with our friends in the sewers? The one with.
I don't want to deal with them, but
What about the
here's the
bartender?
deal. I want to as soon as
bartender.
possible.
Who are you
Wait,
referring to?
The man we were talking, we spent our time at yesterday. I'm trying to find the pointer. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, the bartender, him.
Yeah.
Drinking competition guy?
Yeah. We spent some
Is that
more
like-
money here. He might give us a favor.
Yeah,
Is
he'll
that his
he'll let
name,
us
or is it just
interrogate
like-
him in broad daylight in the
Well,
middle of an
no,
alleyway.
okay.
It's not for daylight. It's like middle of the night.
Oh shit! Oh, hold on. Sorry, I just clicked the wrong button.
We could pay him to keep this man, keep him secret.
No, we don't want to.
No.
That's putting someone else in danger too. I think that
Are we supposed to see these rolls, by the way?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
worried about it.
definitely like looking.
Mhm.
I'm keeping an eye on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still there. Richter, during
Okay.
this time, you're like sort of glancing between the two. He's just like he's completely still. He's not moving.
Okay,
Hmm.
so
I poke him to make sure he's still there.
You poke him. It is indeed flesh. He kind of like very gently like twists because he's being fucking held like a goddamn like candy or something. Like very briefly turns, but slowly
Just making sure he's still corporeal.
slowly turns back.
So, okay, how about this? How about Richter and Agatat, you guys deal with and Dobio, you guys deal with interrogation. Skara, we how about Lucius and I take Skara back to the Bard College so that she can rest. And then Lucius and I go to the Golden Sector because I need to talk with the Sylvans like as soon as possible. The sooner the better.
May I... You go.
No, go for it. I wasn't going to say anything else.
May I accompany you to the Silvertons? I have been hearing a lot of chatter about them, and I'm still not 100% sure what and who they are.
For sure, absolutely.
I'd like to learn more about them.
I'll brief you really quick. They're assholes. But
Alright.
pardon my language. But
At which point Scar will say, "I don't know if we should split up. We just got ambushed by all of them, and we're not in fighting. Not all of us are in fighting shape.
that's
Maybe we
absolutely
should
true.
stick together."
You look like 1,000 platinum, Skara.
Thanks. Further reason why I shouldn't be kept alone from you all.
No, that's true. Okay, so then we interrogate this person, and then we decide what to do with them, and then we might want to split up in terms of like letting people rest, and then other people going to discuss the Silvertons. But definitely Scar needs to not be in the line of duty at the moment or in the field. So
we should take someone whose combat ability isn't completely reliant on magic.
I agree.
Dovio just like
Raise his hand.
has big fucking great axe.
That's currently like covered in these cultists.
Covered in blood.
Right? Yeah. Because he just fucking. Oh, Christ.
So are his boots.
Okay, so how are we going to deal with the person we currently have in our company? Should we just?
Oh, we can use this. I pull out one of the Molotovs I still have.
No, hold on. We're not doing that quite yet. So, Koa, is this alleyway cleared out? Are these like little made peasants like?
Oh
here?
yeah, sure. They're fucking no.
Put the bag
No
of
one here.
holding.
Okay. So how about we assuming there's like a wall like right here, right?
There's not. You guys can enter between here and here.
Could we bag of holding him like we did with us?
He might
He'll
suffocate.
probably suffocate, if not steal something.
Oh,
That might not be the worst idea.
That's actually a bad idea because if he deactivated the helmet, he'd deactivate the bag and the thing would fucking explode and all the items are in there.
That is
Okay.
also true.
Can we like intelligence check that?
Yeah, can I see?
Sure.
Seeing
Make-
that the helmet deactivated,
Make
how would
Arcana
that work with
checks,
stuff?
both of
Okay.
you.
Me?
Both of you. Go ahead.
Let me pull out my actual character sheet. There we go. Okay.
Okay, so
Arcana.
19 Arcana, and then Abagus, 18 Arcana. So, giving it some
For one,
thought,
I know more.
you get the feeling that since they dislike magic, they have the ability to destroy or at least dispel magic in some kind. You get the feeling they have some kind of aversion to magic, but you're not sure on what the trigger is. It
Mhm.
could be items that are directly on him, but that wouldn't make sense, maybe, because he also is using a magical item, it seems.
Yeah.
So, which are the shackles, but it seems that magic around him, it's not that magic around him seems to fail, just because you guys have been within 5 feet of him, and you guys have still been able to cast spells. It seems that it's contingent on the shackles in some way, and it might have to do with things that he is wearing, or things that he is actively choosing to dispel. You're not sure, though. You
Have we
only
tried
see
using
comments.
dispel magic on the shackles themselves?
No, you guys have not.
Okay. I'm gonna
Would you like
sorry really quick. I'm
try
just gonna
Yeah,
Well,
give it
why
a shot.
don't
It'll be funny.
I will expend the spell slot to dispel magic.
Okay. As you cast dispel magic on the sort of shackles, sort of releasing energy, nothing appears to happen.
Okay.
Huh.
You hear a very faint.
What you laughing about, buddy? What you doing? What's happening?
well, I think that we should just
No
Hold on,
response. Still
Okay.
just looking down, being fucking hog-tied.
Can I like,
There's
give
just
him
that
like a,
brief.
can I give him like a little cheek slap? You know, not like a hard one,
just like a little.
but like, hey, what's going
Yeah.
on?
Oh.
You reaches out as he tries to, as you see him like almost like viciously reach out to almost bite your hand with intent of ripping off one of your fingers. But you easily just, he doesn't, you kind of like maybe saw that coming, and as he goes forward, he just reaches your palm, and you basically he leans into it to where you further, not full slap, but it kind of just like, and he now just does a small spin, and then slowly comes back.
You can't hurt me right now, man. You're too sexy.
Okay, you know what? That's
Traffic
it.
at
Someone give me a
sex bomb,
pitcher
like
of
this.
water.
Okay, hold on. Really quick, I'm gonna go ahead and eat my candy ring and restore my 4th level spell slot real quick.
Okay.
Just because I was missing
Chew
that
on
from
that,
before.
you regain
Like-
some magical ability.
Damn, I could use some of that.
Yeah, well, I only get one a day, and I just ate it, so sorry.
Dravik, you do have the ability to do that. It's your magic item.
Yeah, you're right. I was like, hearing, I'm like, wait, can't I do that?
I was like, well, maybe, but like, fuck. Okay. How about we try and ask him for information, and then we'll just see where that goes. Does that sound okay? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know what we're supposed to do with this guy.
All right.
Sure. Okay. So I'm gonna have Cupcake put him down like over here in this kind of corner.
Okay.
And
Does anyone have any water?
I have.
I'm sure we could get some.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Give me a bucket of water. I think I know how to get stuff
Don't
out
Get
of
a
it.
at-
bucket of water.
Also, at
We're not
what point-
servants.
There has been a guard that's like sort of been looking by as you watch, as they have been, and Lucius, you would have noticed this as well as Agatat, because you guys are just aware of your surroundings more often than not. They are sort of rounding up the bodies and beginning to basically fill out some kind of report. At which point, one of the guards will come over and sort of approach Lucius first out of anybody. We
Mhm.
understand that this is Noble's business, but we'd ask that looks over at the hog-tied person. Perhaps not
Yes.
in public. We are welcome to take him, and we can take him into the jailhouse, and we can interrogate him further under our supervision. But if you wish to do what you nobles do, we ask that you take it to your own section.
Fucking nobles do, Christ. Where they know about it too, my god.
Would we be able to use the guardhouse?
Do we have a private room?
I
guardhouse?
understand that. I think it would have to be under their supervision. But...
Make a persuasion check, Lucius.
Okay. Because I don't want to bring this anywhere near anyone that I know of. Persuasion? Let's make
Use
it-
the Tollbrooks. You're technically related to them.
That'd be so. That's
They're assholes.
bad
They
behavior.
tried to kill you, bro.
Oh,
Ooh,
28! Okay.
Nice.
nice.
As you sort of implore this individual to sort of just try and understand what's going on, he sort of just gives a nod. Alright, we can set up a jail cell where you can do your thing. It's better than out here. Follow us. And they will lead you to...
Wait. Turn to my party for a second. Should we do anything with the bodies, or should we just leave them
I
to the
already took
guards?
I'm gonna pull out of my bag of holding the shackles that I have. I collected the shackles so we can see if they have any special properties about them. But if you want to check them for, I think they're already in the possession of the guards.
do
so we
the
can't,
things
check
that
for
nobles do.
I mean, I'm just not sure if it's exclusively the shackles that they're going after.
Oh, wait. Fucking
Maybe they have
no.
some way of
That's a good
recovering
point.
their allies.
That's
Okay. All of you notice, the sounds of Agatat pulling, Abigus pulling out the shackles. He, unfortunately, you hear as he forcibly turns himself, trying to be stealthy to just barely do it. But now it's to the point where you all look over and he's slowly turning to the point where his head is facing all of you.
Yes?
Do you have anything to add, sir? Does this concern you? I jingle him a little bit more. Jingle, 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 jingle.
Slowly sort of reaches back.
Okay. I'm gonna have Cupcake not crush him, but put a squeeze on him so his tummy is pressed firmly on the floor.
Okay. So you kind of just
Crush him?
No, not crush him, but put his tummy firm on the floor, and have his head turned on the sidewalk so he can't look away.
Okay, you hear just a brief as you have pushed him down.
Okay. I'm gonna squat down to
Look, should we get moving, or are you just
Sir,
going
we're
to
gonna
keep this
go ahead
public display of
and-
torture?
No, we're not gonna do. No, we're not doing that. Look, we're gonna take you somewhere, and you're gonna cooperate. Because if you're not gonna cooperate, bad things are going to happen to you, and they're not gonna be happening from me, who's a much sweeter soul than this fellow. I'm gonna point at Richter and that fellow, and Agatha, and this fellow, and Jobio. You're gonna have a very bad time if you choose to struggle. Do you understand? Blink once for yes.
Make a
He has a burlap
persuasion
sack
check
on his
for
head.
me.
With advantage?
Intimidation, I would say.
Intimidation? Okay.
You
Um,
have
Laugh
like 800
menacingly.
pounds on him right now.
Yeah. Intimidation.
Mhm.
Does my sweet, squeaky voice fuck it up?
So I'm sure you're.
I'm gonna go ahead and I only have 2 flashes of genius. Okay, I'm not gonna flash genius that.
Okay. As you sort of say that, you just hear him. Shylin. Volthok.
Heh.
Tulicrus. Yitro.
What?
Zawez.
Do these words mean
Seamus.
anything to me?
Elud. Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
He's talking to me.
Can I make a
Sure,
check
you
to
guys
confirm?
are more than welcome to.
Is this technically an ability check with which I don't have advantage? Or don't have proficiency?
Yes.
No,
No,
this
n-
one.
Awesome.
yes.
Okay,
Hold on, I
that's
thought
the
that only
one.
accounted for skill checks.
I will double check that.
Oh, cool. I rolled an Arcana check to see if he was saying any spells or something like that.
He was so with Arcana. You know for a fact he's
Wait,
not
with a
saying
skill, with
he's
a
not
skill.
saying spells or anything like that. Skill. This is not
Okay.
skill. This is just check.
Got it,
Okay.
got it.
So you know for a fact that it was not. At the very least, it was not a
spell.
like that, yeah.
Unfortunate.
Okay. Intelligence.
You hate to see it.
He is. You get the feeling he's listing off names.
Oh,
Do we recognize any of them?
No.
No. Okay.
Probably his fallen enemies or his fallen friends.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well-
Are the chains distinguishable from each other in any way?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay.
I would be passing you the chains if you
Is
look.
this the guy who broke my broom?
I think
No,
he
I
was.
think we killed that one.
Oh, we did.
I guess I can't say for certain. Oh,
Oh,
We should ask him.
You cannot tell of anything, or nothing appears to be different out of all of them.
okay. Got it. Mass-produced, I guess, maybe.
Not
Okay.
that you can tell, at least.
Well, then how about we go with the guard and we take this fellow to the jail cell so we can do this in private.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Skara, what? I would walk a
Yeah.
little bit away from this guy. Skara, we're gonna go to the jail cell or to the jailhouse to have this person in captivity and at least a little bit farther away from prying eyes. What would you like to do? Because you are as kind as Dravik may be, saying you look like 1,000,000 platinum. You might need a little bit of rest.
Right. I still think I should be around all of you, though, especially since there's one who
Can you walk?
escaped. I can walk. I'll be fine.
Is her
Just-
speed halved?
Yes.
Okay. Would you prefer Cupcake to carry you?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, with are the guards putting these people in like
A wagon.
A wagon.
So
all
the
dead
people
bodies?
the people who are dead, yeah, they are being sort of transported on a wagon, and they are beginning to sort of be transferred over.
Okay.
All right.
Would someone mind asking the guards to like just observe the take a look at the bodies before they cart them off? We want to make sure that there's nothing else distinguishable, like what Lucius was saying.
Sure, I can try to do that.
Okay. Anybody else want to help out, Lucius?
I'm keeping an eye on the prisoner.
Sure. I'll help.
Okay.
So what are you guys trying to do?
I walk over to the bodies and I'm just gonna kind of like sift through their shit. Maybe like
Check if they're alive.
I guess more than just things that they're carrying on them, but maybe like any insignia on their clothes or identifying
Like
thing
tattoos.
under their like cloaks.
That's an investigation.
Yeah, that would be investigation. You have advantage with Drevik.
Is anyone gonna try to stop me?
Um,
Like the guards or something?
You're a noble. Just
there's
tell
a brief moment where they look like they're about to, but the guard from before that you had made a sort of agreement with sort of like just let him. And they're like,
All the money.
30.
and sort of like put it back.
You in fact love to see it.
I thought why are you adding the talisman if you're proficient?
I'm not proficient in investigation.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bastard.
Son of a bitch. So you start to look through their things, and you do find, or just very briefly, sort of going through, you find a few things. So there were 6 bodies, 6 times 3 minus 1. You find 17 of these sort of very clay canisters, that are very light. They have some heft, but they're fairly light. They don't have much in them. So you get 17 sort of clay sort of balls or clay canisters. You do find a few of they did have coin purses. In total, you find. In total, out of all of them, you find 39 platinum. Just as they
Okay.
all had very sparse amounts of platinum on them, but combined, you find that. They did have the shackles on them. Other than that, the clothing that they're wearing appears to be sort of these dark black made sort of clothing. It's a very fine silk. Inspecting it further, you don't find any insignias. You don't find anything that would sort of set them apart from everyone else. What you do find is very briefly, on all of the bodies, somewhere immediately, and you can check further, I'd say about 5 out of the 6. The third one you can check further if you'd like, but they have the same tattoo, which is just of a broken chain.
Is it on the same part of their body? Like,
Some of them have it. It seems some of them have it like sort of just below the shirt on the back of their neck. Some of them have it on their wrist. Some people have it on their bicep. There's one of them where you can't find it immediately. You're welcome to like full search that person. But again, they all have similar tattoos.
taint or
Okay.
something.
Can I? Are they wearing just like normal clothes under their black cloaks?
Yeah, I'd say under the black cloaks they are wearing what looks to be sort of. It appears to be just normal clothing. It looks like commoners' clothes.
I'll take one of their cloaks then.
Okay, so you take a cloak and hood. So you can go ahead and mark that
Okay.
down.
Wow, grave robbing from the poor, huh, Lucius?
The pores
We
that
don't-
tried to kill
Is
us
there-
and broke
We
through
might
the
need
room.
this in some situation.
I jest. I jest.
Okay.
Okay. While you guys are searching that, is it okay if I have Cupcake can Cupcake hold while transforming into seat mode?
Hold someone?
Yeah, he's still holding the person that's like chained up, right?
Yes.
Can I have him transform into seat mode so Scar can sit down in the chair while Cupcake is holding him?
Sure.
Or no?
Oh, I would say
Okay.
Cupcake can't hold him because Cupcake would be is Cupcake turns a small or medium creature when he turns into his tiny form. Should be in his character sheet.
He's not changing into his tiny form. He's still his big size, but he just wants to like take out the folding chair so that way Scar can.
Oh, yeah. He can do that. He can do that.
Okay, so
That's fine.
all right, so Scar would probably be sitting in Cupcake, and Cupcake still holding on to the
Scar,
unshackled.
sort of slowly, sort of makes her way on top of Cupcake.
Okay.
All right. So you guys now have
If I was given a chance to long rest or to like rest, I could cast fear on him until he just tells us what we want.
Oh yeah, I too can cast fear. I hold up the jar of mayonnaise.
What?
It seems like our business is kind of split between. So, can your trip to the Silvertons wait until after we go to the guardhouse?
I prefer to do it before the end of tonight.
Shit.
I just this attack is imperative. To
Yes,
my
I agree.
I think
Oh.
if we keep Dobio, or maybe have Dobio with Skara,
Maybe.
then we could split up safely.
I agree. I think that Dobio should stick with the prisoner because Dobio is definitely effective at taking care of him.
Yeah.
I definitely
Or
need to
in
have
this case,
Lucifer go into
anti-magic,
the gold
but-
sector, but also I don't know. Agatat, what do you want to do?
I'm good, kind of with whatever.
Okay. But for right now, I agree. Let's get this prisoner into custody.
Yeah, please. He's already been out here
sorry.
for so long.
Are you guys bringing him? Are you guys coming back with like what you found from the cart thing?
I would be, I guess. Oh, yeah.
I don't think I
I
found
have
it.
like the cloak at. I guess I pocketed the platinum. I don't know if anyone's fucking watching me do that.
Oh,
Traffic because Traffic is helping you.
Okay, sure. I'll split it up between the 7 of us then.
Dravik doesn't have
not
much.
the 7. We can just do the half.
Okay. I'm down for that.
so you don't
so
tell us about the platinum.
no, I'll give you the fatter half. You can have 15. I'll have 14.
Okay, 15 platinum.
Yep.
Nice.
I thought we were over this petty shit.
I mean, I think it's
Listen,
insignificant enough that it don't really matter.
It is, but I thought like
Well,
our
I was
party
gonna-
was over.
15 plat is so insignificant now.
people,
No, I
No,
know,
it's
but I
not.
thought our party was over like.
people wanted to yell at
Just
me
like-
for
it's
not
just
spending our
funny.
money, costing us money. Like whatever.
Well, I was gonna recommend giving some to the guards because they didn't they get some good hits on the
They
Dude.
did actually.
No.
yeah
That's
they,
right.
they
That's
did
a
really
whole
good job.
meme.
Yeah.
That's their salary, dude. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's her salary right there, Chief.
More than
Okay.
my salary.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and surrender the prisoner over to the guards, and then we can.
We're not surrendering him over.
Not
we're
over to the
going
guards,
with
but
them.
we can use the prison. Does that
We
sound
still
good?
have a
Okay.
lot of questioning to get done.
They
Oh,
all
of course.
so joining the guards, they begin to lead you towards this fairly simple sort of stone and wooden building. It's about a 10-minute walk. When you guys get inside, you can see that there are multiple cells. Go ahead and get their visual to where you guys now have a space to interrogate someone.
Okay.
On the way over there, I'm gonna ask one of the guards if he has a bucket of water at the guardhouse.
We're not waterboarding him, by the way.
Yeah, we absolutely are waterboarding him.
I'm not doing that.
The guy
I am.
the guard kind of just raises his eyebrow and be like, do?
Just in case,
Why?
just in case if things get out of hand.
We'll be there in case things get out of hand. It's just one man. We should be alright.
But just to be safe, just have a bucket of water ready.
He said no.
Make a persuasion check, Richter.
Awesome.
There's like there's a brief moment where he like sort of looks around the corner and sort of looks back and he's like, technically, we're not supposed to do anything unethical to the prisoners of any kind.
You guys aren't supposed to. Thankfully,
No.
we're not guardsmen.
That's true.
Oh,
we can
God.
look the other way for.
I'm glad you think that way.
Oh, were you gonna give him something?
I was gonna move 5 gold into his. Into
He
his
sort
pockets.
of takes it, nods, sort of nods to the other guards, and they walk out of the immediate range of the guardhouse. There is an
I
empty
think
bucket
at
of
this
water.
point I'm gonna be actively hiding my signet ring now.
Okay, good to know. Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
At which point, one of the guards opens up one of the cells to where there is there is a bucket of water in the cell, and then
Okay.
fucking
I'd have
guards exit the immediate area.
okay. I have Cupcake put the prisoner inside the cell, and I'm gonna have him walk out. We're gonna just hang out outside. I'm not gonna deal with that kind of stuff right now.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna
guys-
start out simple. Okay. Well, okay. So first off, I'm gonna tie him down to the chair.
Okay.
Just so he doesn't try and escape.
Okay, really quick.
In the
who is-
cell? Hold on. Where?
Yes.
Where? Okay. So let me pull a chair
who is
into
in
the
the
cell. So now he's fucking tied to a chair in a cell.
Yes.
You guys are welcome to move yourselves as you wish.
Where? Okay, there I am.
He is on a chair in the cell behind the cell doors.
I think I'll sit
Okay.
at the table. I'm chilling.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna start writing down some speech real quick. If you're cool
Okay.
with that, so I have it ready.
Sure.
Okay.
Writing that down.
All right. So I pick up the
I'm
bucket
sorry,
of
I'm
water at the side, and I start
Actually-
talking to him.
Iggy's not gonna be in there.
So, here's the short of it here. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. You're going to answer to the complete truth, and you can get out of here with your life intact.
Can I keep
If you start lying,
Let's go.
start lying to me, then I'll have no choice but to unshackle you from this mortal coil.
Damn.
So, let's begin with something simple. What is your name?
Can I do a persistent insight check? Or
Sure,
insight check on every one of his answers?
Sure. Well, we'll go that. We'll do that individually because that may be important.
Alright.
Mhm.
There's no immediate response. He just is sitting there or laying there.
All right, fine. I guess we're gonna do this the fun way. I pull back with the cloth still over him. I pull back his head so that way he's looking up,
Yep.
and then I begin pouring the water down.
Can I Eldritch Splash the bucket of water?
Sure. Make an attack roll. Spell attack roll. You don't have advantage or disadvantage, so roll again.
Shit.
That was also really unlucky.
Yeah, I was like...
Okay, well, roll again without advantage or disadvantage.
Jesus
God.
Christ!
Third natural one in a row. Okay.
Okay, 30.
Wow.
So as you reach to sort of pour the bucket gets split in half as it just falls to the side. Water splashes all over him. The bucket is broken.
I'm not doing that. We're not
All
doing
right,
that.
fine. I'll use the other one then. I then begin pouring the mayonnaise onto him.
I'm more okay with that.
Okay.
Wait,
There's a look of confusion immediately as you pour out this jug, and then you sort of pour it out, and at first nothing comes, and there's a brief moment where he lifts his eyebrow before mayonnaise just starts pouring onto his fucking face.
Can I let that go for 3 seconds and then attempt to magic hand it?
Mage
At
hand.
least up. Or yeah, mage hand it.
Sure.
up.
So Richter, you feel the bucket or the alchemy jug being pushed slightly as you hear the sounds of this guy beginning to choke on mayonnaise and coughing, while mayonnaise is being forced down his face and throat.
All right. I let him lift it up so it stops pouring onto him,
Okay,
and I
so
just let it sit on his face. for about 5 seconds.
Okay, so yeah, at this point, Dravik, your mage hand pushes to the side. Richter sort of
Mhm.
does that. You're now looking at a man covered in mayonnaise. A little less
Richter-
sexy, Dravik.
Richter, you're done.
But we were
This
just
is-
getting started.
Nothing. This was never going to work. Get out.
This is absolutely gonna work. This worked before, trust me.
Koa,
Yes.
while this is going on, I would also suggest that Dobio stand at least like this close to the door to make sure that like the person doesn't escape. He doesn't be like in there or anything, but I just like recommend like he would be
Sure.
like Dobio can make sure that this guy doesn't leave. So just there you go. That's good.
Shing! Pulls out the
Yeah.
axe. Just watches.
I guess I'll say, if you start talking to me, I can make sure that this stops. I can get him out of here. Please. I don't want this to continue.
Make a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage because he's covered in mayonnaise. $25. Okay. Seldick.
All right. I then pull the bag off his head so he's no longer covered in mayonnaise on his head, at
Seldick,
least.
can I insight check and see what the fuck that means?
Sure, make an insight check. You don't have advantage.
I'm so fucking.
You get the feeling he's probably just saying his name. The first question he was asked.
Seldick. Okay. Richter, please get out.
Fine. I pull the mask off his head, and I leave with my jug of mayonnaise.
Okay.
But if he starts lying, call me back in.
All right. Can I use the earpiece? Like,
Yep.
Okay. What do we want to ask him? Like to the whole party.
Okay.
All right. Give me some questions here.
What are your plans for tomorrow?
What are your plans for tomorrow? Do I need to?
He just.
I
Stares.
ask him that.
He just stares back at you.
Please tell me I don't need. I don't want my associate coming back in.
God. So Koa,
Yes.
I'm writing down the speech that I'm planning to give to the Silvertons while this is happening, and Lucius is giving me pointers on like how to like speak better to nobles. Would that help me when like giving the speech to like get like a higher role? Or,
Sure,
like,
I'll count that
advantage
as the
or
help action. If
Okay,
you ever have to
cool.
make a check while doing that.
something? Sounds good.
Okay, so
Already.
make an intimidation check, Dravik.
Ugh.
Does he have advantage though because of what I've done?
No.
Yeah, is Agatat just like sitting there in the corner of the room?
No,
Sitting there grinning,
He is
giving
silent.
him a big toothy smile.
He is silent.
Okay. What did I do?
I use my earpiece. Make him fear mayonnaise. It'll work. Trust me.
What?
We all hear that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Unless you're aiming that
Sadly.
specifically to Dravik.
No, I don't know how to completely use it that well, so I just
Sure.
toss that to
Everyone gets
everyone.
pinged that.
I look up from my writing like, oh come on.
I think maybe it makes more sense than just coating him in more mayonnaise. Just make him afraid of it.
Agatat,
Mhm.
could you get closer to him? Pull out your blade. Keep your blade at his throat.
Sure.
Would you be willing to talk if I unshackled you? If I untied you?
Is he saying anything?
Is he just mulling it over?
He'll look at you, Dravik, and he'll be like, "Get out."
Is it the magic? Is it all the magic I have going on?
He doesn't like the good cop. He wants the mayonnaise.
God, I think I hate that.
That's really bad. I hate that too. God, I don't want to torture people.
That's fair.
Neither do I, but he tried to
You
kill you
so
guys.
do. You
Hey,
so
he tried to
do.
kill you guys. So
You definitely. You're like,
You
oh
were
man, this guy's
asking
kind
for
of
a
mean
bucket
and
of
stuff."
water when we were on the street.
he tried killing you guys. He lost his human rights.
But okay, so you torture him?
Yes,
How does that line
I
up
guess-
with I don't want to torture?
Get out. Okay.
because you have a human right to not be tortured. But
I
since
checked.
he hurt.
I checked to make sure he's all shackled down.
Okay.
Uh,
He is shackled down.
everything
Make an investigation check.
Mhm.
Ooh.
You fucking
Yeah,
He's like Fort Knox.
he's hogtied completely.
okay.
Fuck yeah.
And I get out and I ask. I kind of go out and I go.
Okay. As you leave, the Celdric looks over at Agatat expectantly.
Oh, Seldrick, that's his name?
Yeah.
He said his name.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Seldic, sorry.
Agatha, drop the sword. He's not going to be talking.
Are you coming out of the room right now?
I'm coming out of the room and I'm going to tell her. He's not going to
Wait.
talk. We can't make him talk yet.
Is
I can
Richter
make
still
him
in
talk.
there?
I
Richter's
can't.
still in there, right?
I
No.
very much can.
Can
I
I,
got him to
can I
say
give
his
him
name.
Can I give him a shot? Would you
I
guys
got
mind
him
if I
to
did?
say his name.
Well, yeah, because he had the threat of me.
I'm being the silent muscle. I'm going back into the corner.
Can I give it a shot? Would you guys mind if I tried?
Go for it.
This will be fun. Sure.
Okay, Lucius, I think you have the general gist of my speech. If you want to add any extra notes, there you go. But
Sure.
I'll go ahead and I'll come in. Can I have Dobio in there too, just to like back me up? Because
Sure.
like,
Dobio will walk in with you gladly.
yeah.
I mean, I'm staying in here too.
Yeah, so you have
I-
2 muscle.
Okay, cool. Got 2 muscle. Nice.
Try and deepen your voice.
As
Get
he
him
walks in, I tell him.
get him old man mafia like fuck you cool.
But see, I
I tell-
actually am a fucking mafia boss already, so I don't even have to try.
So
I tell Albius as he walks in, if you need any more help, just let me know.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be ready.
he sort of lifts. For the first time, he does lift his head and lock eyes with you, Abigus.
With me? Okay. So I'm gonna pull up a chair and I'm going to sit right in front of him and I'm gonna sit down nice and steady with my cane.
Okay.
Hello. I'm told your name is what the fuck was his name again?
Seldic.
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 Seldic. Okay.
Yep,
Like
he
sells
sells
peanuts?
his dick.
Yep,
got
he
it.
sells
Dick
dick.
that's stuck in
Seldic.
his toe.
His name is
Alright, I told
Seldic.
your
For
name
money.
I told your name. I've been told your name is Seldic. I'm not going to sit here and harass you or torture you or anything like that. And I just want to know: are you from the city? Are you from the Golden City? And have you been feeling oppressed? Is that why you joined the Unshackled? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. I just want to know. I want to get into your mind frame to understand why you are doing this. So maybe we can better understand and help you.
Sort of tilts his head. Abigus Olivar, I am not the one who needs help.
You're
You
the
have
one
a
who needs help.
family, and
Oh, sorry, sorry,
have.
hold
You have
Hold on, sorry.
You have a family, and I know who you are, and so do my compatriots. If you know what's good for you and your daughter, leave the shackles on the table and have your friends leave.
See, I'm not trying to really hide my family or my home or my friends. I don't know if you noticed this, but I've been setting off fireworks during the festival and trying to get people to come to my business, which I encourage you to come to too one day once we get this all behind us. But here's the thing. I do know what's good for me, and it's not you, and it's not your cause. See, right now, if what I'm told, at least, is that you believe that magic is a bad force that surges corruption. And while that may have some slight truth to it, magic is an essential part of the ecosystem we know as life. See, right now, I'm going to be very straight with you. If you disabled all the magic in this room, I would die. I would blink and not open my eyes again. I have a belt on that keeps my heart beating. I have a cane that lets me walk, boots that keep me on my feet, and many other items which keep my soul from leaving my body at the exact moment. Were it not for magic, I would be dead. Now, that means What? That it's easy to kill me? Absolutely. But it also means that magic is a good force. It keeps people alive. And it keeps everyone intact. Now, I want to know what vendetta you have against me, who I have never met you before, unless I have. You just failed to mention that. But just know that magic is a good force. And I would like to know why you believe that we're supposed to suddenly turn over a new leaf and not touch it.
Mayor persuasion check?
Okay. Persuasion. Boom. Fucking really? Okay.
Oof.
Oof,
Tilts
damn.
his head. I have no vendetta against you.
You just threatened my family. What do you mean you don't have a vendetta against me? You told me to leave the city immediately, and otherwise my family and my daughter. Well, you just threatened me personally, and I don't know you. I'm sorry about the scuffle we had in the street, but you attacked us first, and we just wanted to ensure everybody's safety. I, as a matter of fact, was just trying to negotiate your friend's survival, and unfortunately, this fell over here, and I like tilt my head back to Dobio. He was falling off a building. He landed on top of him. But
I
you
did do that!
Thank you, Dobio.
Thanks for backing him up.
I have been trying my best for the last for my entire life actually, to make this city a shining beacon of hope and joy and laughter. And recently, through incursions of gangs and demons and every sort of the matter, that has been incredibly difficult. And now, your group has decided to ruin the one holiday a year that I get to spend time with my daughter, my family, my friends, and I get to bring light to the world. And you've decided to choose this day and this festival as a time to spread your ideas of no magic. And I just don't understand. What's the goal here? Is it to get rid of the Silvertons?
We plant seeds.
Plant seeds.
We leave, and we watch them grow and flourish.
I see. And when you're saying seed, you mean ideas, of course. Don't you? Can I look intelligent? Is this man simple?
Make an insight check.
Like I don't want to like rush this conversation if I'm actually talking to someone who doesn't know how to respond. But like,
does this man have the intelligence
that makes
required?
You get the feeling he probably, judging by the intense gaze, and just the way he holds himself, you get the feeling he probably is not. He probably does have some manner of intelligence. He's choosing his words carefully.
Okay, that's
and
good.
He doesn't feel like responding unless he needs to.
Okay, well that's good to know. Fuck, what did I just leave off on?
He'll speak again. You're a good man. I can see that.
Why, thank you.
Not our intention to ruin a holiday. It was simply the best day to strike.
But strike who? Strike what? When you strike, you choose. You choose to go after one person, one thing, one idea. And clearly you're trying to sow the seeds for something. And I will say, I am not completely opposed to shaking things up in the city. But I am opposed to the idea of having civilians get caught in the crossfire.
There were enough civilians to be caught in the crossfire. Only those plagued by magic. We had attacked you because you threatened to stop what we were doing. As we would to any guards who get in our way. We don't kill needlessly. What you have on you is worth more than your life. If you do not give it up, we will hunt you. I do not want to. My compatriots do not want to. You are a good man. We considered you.
Sorry, you consider me what? You cut out.
You just said we considered you.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
Oh,
We
you would
decided.
have been the target.
Sorry, Dre, do you want to say something?
Oh no, I'm
No,
just
okay, gotcha. I thought you were like,
no. Sorry.
okay. No, you're good. You're good. I just want to make sure if you want to talk, you could.
But we decided.
Okay, that's true, and I appreciate you detailing that to me. When you say that you attack people, am I currently plagued by magic in your eyes?
There's a brief pause where he does, where you get the feeling he genuinely does like think for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Plagued? No. You are one of the very few who carries magic in a light that does not corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
are
he's
so
one of the good
you are
ones.
so
I get it.
sparse and in between. You are lost in a sea of black. Although we
see.
would like to fish you out, save you from those raging waters. There are too few of you. Not worth our time.
See, would you mind if I told you a quick story? I mean, I don't think you have many other plans at the moment, so I think that you're free. Have you ever heard of a town called Brasshaven?
Oh.
If you haven't, I can tell you right now, it's not there anymore. It's unfortunately
no.
gone because of, as you said before, corruption. There were people who wanted to hoard all the power for themselves and keep it locked away in a dungeon and feed off it. And for that, they paid dearly with their lives. However, before all this happened, I was able to arrive in the city and I was spreading my joy. I gave candy to those who were less than fortunate, and in turn, they surprised me by showing me their light as well. They came out in droves and they helped. They did all they could to make sure that everyone got out safely and the corruption was beaten back until eventually it was completely eliminated. Now, yeah, shut up. Now,
Are any guards piquing interest at this story, by the way?
you're out of the room,
Make a
right?
perception check for me, Lucius.
Yeah, I was about to say, you just told him that we just
I'm not
went
yelling
over
at it,
the
am I?
city.
If they're
No.
I'm having a coughing fit. I'm covering it all up. They can't hear anything.
From what you guys know, they are outside the rooms, but that is about it.
Okay.
But make a perception check for me, Lucius.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm still very cross
You
with
can't
you and
see
your...
anybody.
Okay.
You don't hear them.
Cool.
You assume that they are outside the doors, like they said. They are not doing anything.
Other prisoners, maybe? Is there anyone else being held
Currently
here?
this guardhouse is empty. This jailhouse is
Cool.
empty.
Gotcha.
Anyway, Abgus, continue.
Sorry. So, and I'll be frank with you right now. I'm still quite cross at your organization for ruining the holiday, but I'm not going to shed blood over it. And even though you seek to wipe out the darkness and everything in full, then I understand why you wouldn't want to try and fish out every mode of light. And I appreciate your kind words as referring to me as good and that kind of thing. But I believe that there is a way to turn darkness into light. When I first arrived in Brasshaven, the entire shanty towns that I visited, they were all plagued with what I would assume you would infer as darkness, because they were full of overcrowded people in dirty areas and with no spirit, no hope. It was just living life until you die, which is what I'm assuming you're not here. You're not interested in having life continue that way for many people. But by me showing them the way forward with light, I was able to change them, and I was able to cause a resurgence of light. Would you agree with me if I said that I would, if I helped save a large population from poverty and corruption, that I would have changed them to light?
You do the same as we do.
Right. In that situation, right?
You may have different means, but we have the same ends. A
Mhm.
civilization destroyed based on power and avarice.
But the light has been retained.
And we leave the light as well. We cut down those who restrict others. And from there we let it flourish.
Go really quick.
Sure.
Is trick or treat a verbiage used
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's good to know. So, in the spirit of the holiday, I believe that what you're referring to is that you've been trying to just completely wipe everything out, and I believe that by
Not
using
everything, only what needs to be cut.
exactly. But what if we could transform that cut unused material into something more valuable, something more well, better? Like with a population who suddenly had, I don't know, better living standards and better ways to fight against the corruption, and better yet, from the pocket of the corruption itself.
You are welcome to attempt to change those high. Let me give you a story.
Okay.
Do you know of the Demore?
No.
Interesting.
Do I? Sorry, really quick. Do I know of the Demore? I don't know.
Make a history check.
Okay.
It's not a story the Jedi would tell you.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm getting from this guy.
Darth Pelagius the Waz. With your background, I would say 19. You're not really sure on what the Demore are.
Okay. Well, no, I don't. Please enlighten me.
The Demore Institute of the Arcane are a group of archmages that seek to understand the fundamentals of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
One of which seeks to understand the creatures that are mutated by magic. Things that can be changed, physiology and biology that can be altered. Usually created by some kind of aberration, some flaw in this fabric of reality. One of those days, that archmage in specific decided to run an experiment. They let out a strange creature to see how it would react to humankind. It did not go well.
Mm-hmm.
Resulted in dozens of innocent lives lost for no reason other than observation.
Mm-hmm.
They fully believed that nothing would go wrong, but it did. And when one of those little boys, orphaned from that day, approached that archmage, begged them and told them of their crimes, begged for them to help them, to change because of what they did, to be a light. That boy was stricken down, told not to speak to royalty in such a way, and was cast out after spending months trying to find their island. He would have starved in the middle of the ocean, if not for the Unshackled to find him. I've tried to be a light. That doesn't work. Not
Really
for
quick
people.
insight. Was that boy him?
Make an insight check.
Okay. So I'm like, this is also a Michael insight check. I'm not sure if he's referring to himself as like.
You get the feeling he's probably referring to himself.
Okay, cool.
I've tried being the light, but if you talk to royalty, archmages that have eons and generations of believing that they are the priority, that they are the main character of everything, there's no turning them. They don't care who they hurt.
Interesting. Well, from sorry, really quick. Is this guy human? Does he look human?
He is human, yeah. He appears to be human.
How old does he look, more or less?
Roughly like early 30s.
Okay. So this guy's a fucking kid.
Fucking old man.
Yeah.
Small Fortnite child.
Yeah. Well, first off, I wanted to say to that little boy, I'm incredibly sorry for what you had to go through, and that life has treated the little boy in such a way. I'm gonna go ahead and like he's all how is he tied up again? Does he still have his arms behind his back?
Yeah, he's hogtied.
Is it in front or behind?
Like, what do you mean?
When he's hog tied, you can hog tie by having people's like hands and legs like in front of them, sort of.
No.
Or you-
I imagine like he's like on his fucking belly, hands and arms up, and he's like
Oh,
fucking
I thought he
looking
was
up at you.
I thought I was on a chair.
Yeah,
oh, you.
Tom, don't
Oh
do
yeah.
that.
Okay. So you have him. So you guys
Yeah.
want to have him set up where he's like fucking like this?
I figured. I was
Alright,
just gonna
sure.
put like my hand on like his knee or
Yeah.
something.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
cool. So yeah, he's looking at
Cool.
you.
Well, I'm incredibly sorry that this world has treated you in such a that little boy in such a terrible way. And I 100% wholeheartedly agree with you that people in power don't care about anyone and care only for themselves. Now, this is where you and I differ. You view that as, and this might just come from some experience and with some age, but while you view that as the issue, I view that as the solution. See,
Raises an eyebrow.
yeah,
Genuine interest.
yeah. What you did tonight was bad, for argument's sake. It was bad. However, it did introduce something new into the equation. It introduced fear. And using that fear, we may be able to trick the nobles into giving us a treat. We can use this sudden and dangerous appearance of hooded individuals with scary shaking chains as a motivator to equal the playing field. I
What they were trying
intend to
He sits back.
I intend to use your current presence and your organization's presence here in the city as a motivator to have the Silvertons. I'm assuming is your primary target. After all, I am no fan of them either. To help introduce equality into the city in a way that has never been done before. And I do not appreciate the use of fear. However, now that it has already been instituted, I suppose there is nothing better we can do with it other than build. So, with that being said, I would like to offer you a truce. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out like a little piece of candy. A treat for a trick. Allow me to try this and cease your attacks. I'm not sure how, or at the very least, tell us how to better communicate with your group. We do not want we have this weird things. We don't want any sort of corruption or any sort of thing. We just want to bring light and want to bring order back to the world. Things have been going crazy, and we just want to bring things back into the way they were supposed to be. I know we should shut up, but please, can you tell us how we can better cooperate, or at least not have civilians or nobles end in bloodshed, so that we can turn a trick on them to bring society into the light?
There's a very faint smirk.
Mm-hmm.
And our job is done. We've already set our seeds without even knowing.
If you're talking about me, I'm going to tell you right now that no, nothing that you have told me here today has changed the plans that I had coming into this jailhouse. But I appreciate that.
Our own fault for not understanding that there were all that we didn't need to come to this city if it was already growing.
So, will you leave if will your group leave now that you've sown the seed?
Of course. Well, he glances at your bag. You have things of ours, and you have murdered 7 of.
I see.
7 of my. I will not harm you.
You did start it.
I will not.
I say.
You murdered 7 of my friends.
You tried killing one of mine. Even trade.
Hold on. Shush.
Hold up. The only people who are in the room is me, Dobio, and
Yeah.
So,
Victor's like, bastard!
Everyone just like,
Why did you bring up the
her, you fucker her. So, I understand, and you're right.
I ask, what you have shown to me is that maybe we are not so different. If the shackles of my friends will leave this city, We may be in contact with you in the future, but not under pretense of hostility.
Interesting. Can I insight to see if he's like kind of?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Okay,
Agatat,
cool.
you're
So I'm
welcome to make an insight check as well, because I know
This guy is
you're
fucking
sitting.
Yeah,
Very-
I'll also make one.
Oh
That's
boy.
so cocked. I'm
That's
angry.
so cocked. Can I reroll, please?
Nope. It's fuck it. No, guys, it's
That's
virtual.
cocked.
No such thing as cocked virtual.
That is cocked. Look
That
at
is
you. Look at it.
cocked.
Are you? I can see with my eyes.
Koa,
That's
do you have
cocked.
eyes?
Do I get
No,
advantage or
no,
get
How
a-
no,
long has
it's-
D&D existed?
Okay,
You
okay,
can
hold on.
turn
Roll
off the
20 and
automatic
then
dice
roll-
roller. That
and
just is
then
there
roll
for fun.
20, and
Okay,
then
I'm
roll
gonna look
20
at
over.
Agatat and say, Agatat,
So,
what do you think?
should
I'm gonna
I
give him
roll
a
with
flash of
advantage
genius.
because I'm a humanoid?
No, I don't think you have advantage on insight checks
Okay,
specifically.
I'm going to.
You get the feeling that throughout this conversation, he has been more and more surprised by this individual, and you see sort of a very faint light glowing in his eyes. He did no attempt to hide this. You get the feeling he does genuinely think that his job is done, that he has set seeds here or has found someone that has the same outlook as him, that is a powerful organization that seeks to do the same thing. He appears to be telling the truth. He does want his shackles back from his friends, but he'll leave.
Okay, cool.
I'm the head of the deliverers.
Okay.
Abacus
cool.
takes over the deliverers, and then it's fucking him against Daisy. The ultimate end.
Daisy
I
counters.
don't know what I fucking missed,
What?
but
I don't know what I
okay.
walked into.
Cole
but
goes
Basically,
back
while
into his
getting
document and then
domestic
erases a
terrorist
bunch
again.
of pages. It's like, shit, they're on. They're on to it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn to Agatat and ask him, what do you think about this? And I'm gonna give him flash of genius to up his score by 5.
So 32? 32?
32.
32.
Notice
Agatat,
anything
okay, hold on. That's actually enough to get another thing. He has been oddly comfortable this entire time, as if he knows he is not alone in this place.
¿Qué pasado, güey?
God, isn't that the fucking road down to hell? It really starts off with, these taxes seem pretty high, and then it ends with you battling all the world with Satan by your side.
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna
And Cap Gang.
Okay,
And
oh wait,
Cap
sorry.
Gang.
Agatat's there, going.
Okay, I'm gonna turn back to you, Abigail, and I'm gonna be like, he seems genuine. That he'll leave if we give the shackles back. Also, and I turn to him, maybe your friends might want to come out now that the situation's not super escalated.
I have no word on how your other friends will react.
No, your friends.
I know.
No,
I have-
Agatat. Yeah.
I have no worries that you and your other friends will not strike down my friend where he stands.
Pretty likely that we will.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, so
we totally will fuck him up.
Okay, hold on. So are you saying that there is someone here? Because you're right. I don't want to escalate this. Is there someone else here? You don't have to tell me where he is. Is there someone else here? Like,
Yeah.
There's a couple. There's
Okay.
a couple, I say.
Okay. All right. So, I don't want to escalate this. Can you? I'm gonna go ahead and if I were to accompany you and discuss more, would you agree to not hurt me?
We have no reason to hurt you anymore. You
Okay.
had killed some of us, but
Mhm.
the circumstances were understandable, if anything else. Death is something that follows us close.
I'm sorry that we killed your friends.
That's
clearly.
Fine.
All right.
That's fine.
That's fine. I guess.
Yeah, we killed your buddy. Don't worry about it. It happens every week.
It's not
Okay.
fine, but it's fine.
Okay. Well, okay. So yeah,
It'll get better.
Please do not call your friends out or anything like that. We'll definitely have people attack them if they do. Will you permit me a moment to go discuss with my friends what we have discussed here and see if they will relax?
By all means.
Okay. Cool. Dobio, don't hurt him. Agatat, you keep an eye on Dobio and him, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in the room, and once you leave, I'm gonna be like, out of curiosity, how do you stay hidden so well?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll go ahead and I'll leave the room.
Okay,
So
as you
then-
leave the room, he'll sort of look at Agatat. Weaving through crowds, understanding clothing choice, understanding when and how to strike, and
Okay.
Practice.
No, fair enough.
So I'm
Just
going to
good
go
old
ahead
common skill. Nice.
and
So, any luck, Abigus?
He nods.
actually
Me.
quite a bit.
I'm like impressive.
So there has been, I'm not going to say a huge misunderstanding. We were right in thinking that these guys want to abolish magic and because they think it's corrupt. However, I have, and I'm going to, with an attempt, well, I'm going to like kind of try and attempt to keep it, well, actually, no, never. And I've been able to have him reveal that somewhere there is a squad coming to rescue him. Now, here's the deal. We don't want to attack them. I know that we just fought them, but right now we are at a good standstill. We don't want to instigate an attack. And also, I'm not sure for Skara's sake if we could survive another attack.
But do you have their word that they won't attack us?
I do actually. He said he won't attack me.
You specifically.
Yes.
But what about the rest of
and
us?
For the rest of you, he was worried about how you would react if they all came out of the shadows. And I'm sure you would attack, and I wouldn't blame you for doing it. But I wanted to warn you. I would like to have him come out here, and we can have whatever friends he has around meet with us, and we can discuss this without shedding blood. Because I believe there is more to be discussed here than just fighting. And he's agreed to let slide the deaths of his friends. And we just want to, we have a chance here to get rid of a threat permanently and efficiently. So would you all agree to not attack if we have these people come out of the shadows or wherever they are?
If they attack first, I'm gonna be the last one striking.
Absolutely. If they attack, we go on the full offensive. However, I would like to just try negotiation.
Give peace
okay?
a chance. You know what?
Actually,
They're domestic terrorists, but sure, why
for
not?
the time being,
What's the worst that can go wrong?
we also have something they want. I have the shackles. I'm going to give each of you a shackle so you have it as your bargaining chip. Is that fair?
Don't give. Okay, sure. Skara, get behind Cupcake.
Yeah. So I would not give one to Scar because I think that if they like attack, like we wouldn't want to like. Yeah. So, yeah. Who wants the shackles?
I'll take any remaining. I'll take any of the remainder shackles after everyone else gets one.
Well,
I'll take one. I have no magic.
I have these. I lift out the Molotovs in case they want to try and hurt me. So
the war's flooding.
Who? I have 6 in total. I'm keeping 1.
I don't want one.
I got one.
Okay, so there's 1 down. Richter, you want 1?
I'll take any of the remainders that after everyone else gets 1.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna relay to Agatat and Dobio the information of like we're gonna use these as bargaining chips, but anyone like them, and have them relay back to me through the earpiece if they would like. Just say I would like 1.
I'm like bargaining chips for what?
For our safe passage,
right?
I
So
play the earpiece.
if they all come in at the same time, and I'm the only one holding all the shackles, they can just kill me and just take them.
I respond back. What do you mean come in? They're already here.
To like the general channel.
Yes.
They're already here?
Yikes.
Whoa.
Okay, so I'll split them up. I'm gonna give you Richter, I'll give you 2. Dravik, I'll give you 1, and then did anyone else want 1?
I think that's it, Chief.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and have those. So remember guys, don't attack. We're just going to talk, okay?
Hands hovering over my dagger.
If anything, if any one of us gets hurt, attack with all force.
Well, yeah, no, we absolutely. If they attack, we have every right to defend ourselves, and we also are inside the guardhouse, so we have the guards around us. But please, do not instigate.
I'm trying to do in a
whisper
whispered tone. What makes you think the guards aren't in on it?
I'm gonna let the guy in here know that we're not I'm gonna just mention, hey, they're talking outside. They're not gonna attack unless you guys make the first move.
Can I come back in now?
We won't.
That's kind of the tentative truce that they're okay with.
Okay, I'm gonna walk into the cell again. Okay, so we will not. I have discussed with everyone. They have agreed to not instigate. If your group attacks, we will retaliate. Does that sound fair?
That sounds fair.
He already knows.
All right, and just to make sure that we are all in the same field here, we're going to hold on to you and the shackles until we negotiate your release and the leave of the city with your group. Does that sound fair?
Yep.
Sorry, repeat that one more
Oh,
time.
we're going to be holding on to you and the shackles until we negotiate your leave of the city and your group's leave of the city. Does that sound fair? Oh, there they are. They're fucking peeking in.
There's a brief tilt of the head.
We want to make sure that everyone's on the same page, and we want to avoid bloodshed.
We want to have a
Alright.
nice sit-down chat if
Mhm.
we have to.
Also,
Sure.
in order for my plan of turning the tides and bringing light to the city to work, I will inform you. I need to have at least one shackle left in order to have them see the fear. We can discuss that more with your group when they come in. Is that fair?
What you hold is the lifeblood of what we are. You will not be leaving the city with one of them.
I
We
don't.
are sorry. We will be leaving the city with all of them.
That's fair.
My friends
However,
will not.
I still need. I
My
still need
friends
them-
have no reason to come here. I will speak for them.
Okay. Well, how about this? How about we go back out into the main area? You call it your friends, and we have a discussion. Because I still have to, like I said, we have to use fear to turn, to trick into treat. Right?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Please stop giving me ones. That fucking roll 20. Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
And before cocked.
Okay. Just as a starting point, this is what I need to this is what I need to have, and we can discuss more when we get up.
Okay. Do you have any flash of geniuses left?
Of course.
Okay, that is technically a failure. This is an ability check that has failed. I will let you know.
I will use my.
You'll use flash of genius for this then?
Yes.
Okay.
Does it still fail?
Can I
No, it succeeds with flash of
Okay.
genius. Because technically, before he uses flash of genius, he has to know whether or not it fails or succeeds. So
Oh, okay.
that was a failure.
Gotcha.
He sort of. All right.
Okay. All right. So
I do need to be untied.
in a moment, once we get out there and we have your friends in sight, we can do that. For right now, we want to make sure that we don't want to get ambushed and have you free to attack us. Does that make sense? We're not keeping you tied up to
Sure.
Okay. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna prestidigitate all the mayonnaise off him so he's in a little bit cleaner shape.
God, he really had that on the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been smelling of that mayonnaise.
He's a
Thank
little obsessed
you.
with mayonnaise torture. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about that. That's one of our friends is very
It's a
Magic
problem.
corrupts in very strange ways.
Yeah, you can say that
so,
again.
Also, for quick frame of reference, do you know where your friends are right now, and how should we be presented as to not send any immediate threat level? I guess where are they coming from?
Cillian! Lucius, you watch as the door opens and an unconscious guard, beaten and bruised, falls to the floor hogtied as well, and you watch as another unshackled figure steps in through the doorway.
Well, those guards were about as useful as I thought they would be.
And he just stays on the opposite end of the room, crossing their arms.
I don't see anything, right? I don't
No.
Okay.
No, but we do.
So how do we know when they get in here?
The one in front of you will just tilt his head. He's here.
Okay.
I knew they were already here.
Okay, well, we don't have all lizard eyes. Okay, jeez. Okay.
Wait,
how about this?
Koa,
Yes.
the guard that he tossed on the floor, he's not dead, right?
No, you can immediately make a medicine check.
Okay. Because if he already killed someone on his way over here,
See, because that's a big no-no on our part is killing guards.
Oh no, we've killed a fair
Yeah.
number of guards.
Shut up.
You have.
Shut up.
You
Someone mentioned
well, actually no. Waddles has two. Waddles has two.
Rick,
You,
Shut up.
you vibe check him with the
Glancing
breath.
over, heavily beaten. Specifically you see taut chain marks around the neck. But alive, unconscious, stabilized, not bleeding out. Heavily beaten, but alive and not bleeding out. They were intentionally beaten to unconsciousness.
Okay. Is it one guard or two?
Only one door has opened, and you just see there's the guard that was laying on top, basically stepping outside, and there's another door here, but...
All right. In that case, I'm gonna walk up to the body, and I'm gonna, like put away my sword and shield to make sure to let the shackle know I'm not a threat.
Okay, I'll
I'm
step
gonna
to the
kneel.
side.
I'll kneel down to the body, and I'll do lay on hands.
As you reach down, sort of radiant energy coming through you, the figure says, I wouldn't wake up any guards.
Don't worry. If he wakes up, we'll just bribe him and tell him it was all a dream.
No, don't.
Raises an eyebrow. You gonna heal him and wake him up? Because healing them will wake them up.
Okay. Okay. Now I know that. No, I can't.
Okay.
God damn it.
You know that they'll be okay. They
right.
just don't look healthy.
Okay.
All right. Fine. That whole thing never happened then.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead.
They
and
seem stable, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they are. They are stable. They're not bleeding out. They just unconscious.
Gotcha. I'm gonna. So how about we do marching order? Abagus, unshackled, Agatat, Dobio out of the cell.
Sure. He can't walk.
Oh, well, Dobio can be like holding
Okay.
him in front of him.
Yeah, me and Dobby will carry him.
Okay, you carry him. You guys carry him. Where are you putting him?
How about we put him like right here in like the very middle, so he's surrounded by everybody.
Sure.
We're gonna set him down gently on top of the table.
Okay, that works good.
Like a fucking weird fucking gargoyle.
Kinda, yeah.
We get it to the point where he's like, sitting up. He's
Sitting
got his
up.
roughly.
You see the one from across the room? That's a good look for you. Shut up.
I laugh.
All right. Well.
Oh man, you should have seen when he was covered in mayonnaise. Totally chic.
No, I took it off. Sure. Okay. Hello. I take it by the fact that your very expedient entrance that you've been hearing a lot of the conversation that we've been having already.
No response. Seldon sort
Okay.
of says, he knows what has occurred.
Okay.
Do these guys ever fucking talk? I swear.
Honestly.
Okay. So here's the deal. Assuming that you know everything that I have been discussing with your friend Seldick. That's right, Seldick, Cell Penis. Assuming you know,
Dick in a cell.
assuming you know everything that I have been
It's
discussing
my
with your,
dick
with
in a
your
cell.
associate Seldick here, you know that I intend to bring more light into this city without using your fear and threats, but by using the threat and fear of you. Does that make sense? And
The one in the corner doesn't do anything. Seldick sort of just nods.
sorry, am I supposed to be talking to Seldick or am I supposed to be talking to?
I can speak for him.
Do you agree to that? Before you say anything more, do you agree to that? Just nod. I don't have to hear anything. Can he speak for you?
He does not.
Sorry.
He does
Okay,
do
cool.
a brief
Okay, that's
nod.
enough.
Sorry,
That's
your
enough.
camera's a little bit like.
Nah, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, in agreement that your group will leave the golden. So here's the plan that we need to do. I need to still have your presence in the Golden City be known, but you will not attack any more nobles or attack anybody else. Is that okay?
It's fine. We
Okay.
came here to sow seeds. They have been sown. There's
Okay.
no reason for us to stay.
You said that before, and I want to make sure that we're still on. So you will pack up and leave the city. How long will that take you, more or less? I don't know how big your organization.
We could be gone in a day.
In a day? Okay. So you pack up and you leave the city without harming anybody else, because, like you said, your job is done. And we are going to hold on to one shackle and one cloak, so that way we can demonstrate that there is a palpable threat, that there is an issue in this city, and that we're not making up stories. I understand that these have immense value to you, but I assure you that if you leave and you do not return, I will personally ensure that this shackle leaves the city within a week.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not trying to lie or anything. I'm not.
I
it's not
know.
like that.
Make a persuasion check.
If it helps, I can tell them that whatever gate is closest to my house, I can leave it outside there. I'll just detail I don't know, dug in a hole somewhere.
Make a
but persuade-
persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh!
What you hold is more valuable than you know.
Okay.
You can produce a facsimile.
Um.
These shackles, they cannot be touched by magic in the same way other items can.
See, that's why we can't make a facsimile. We can't copy this, is because we have to have the if for example, imagine I'm showing this to the Silvertons and then they try to, I don't know, use magic on it and it works, then clearly it's a fraud.
I walk over to Richter and I say, and I whisper to him, Richter, I'm 20% sure his buddy's spirit is in there. I don't think they're going to be leaving without it.
You're talking to me?
Yes, I'm whispering it over to you.
Gotcha. You said, okay, Richter. I'm like, oh, wait, hold on.
How stealthy are you whispering?
Not very.
Okay. Is that actually why you want this back? Is because they actually have your dead friend's essence in them or something? Or is it just because the material is valuable and you don't want anyone else getting their hands on it? I just want to understand.
In the wrong hands, you hold a very dangerous weapon.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's also the idea I need to convey to the nobles that I'm going to try and trick. Is that by showing off this danger? I assure you, on my honor, that we're not going to give it to them. We're not going to give it to them. That's not what's going to happen. We're just going to demonstrate the issue.
I then whisper, this time actually trying to be stealthy. What if they try and take it from us? The nobles.
Make a stealth check.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Habagus?
I assure you, they will not take this.
The nobles have yet to take anything from us.
That's true.
Maybe not from us, but from the people.
Talking.
Have the nobles taken anything from us?
No, they haven't. We've
kicked their asses. We've kicked their asses.
We've kicked their asses plenty. I mean,
yeah, we have.
Victor, I'd like to remind you that there has not yet been a time that they have taken anything from us. We've been in the heart of the lion's den with the Talbrooks, and
well, they did try to take our lives, but
they didn't take anything.
They tried to take our lives. They tried to ambush us with like 5-1 them against us, and and I believe they're still trying to clean up the mess in their house. We're all still
so we are. I have
Rector,
more...
Abagus, or Agatat. One of you make a persuasion check with advantage.
Can I do it?
However you guys want to do it. Whoever's leading it. But you guys have all contributed to the same thing of like, no,
sure,
we're cool. We can deal with nobles.
I'm talking to mostly. You guys cool if I do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Also, I don't. This is out of character. If you guys want to jump in or something, please do. I don't want to be hogging this entire session. I'm talking a lot, and
that's why I've been like, jutting in with my own opinions on this.
I have questions for after a decision is made.
Okay.
It should not be me making this check, but go for it.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen the
very
Tolbook's house?
slowly scoots over to look at Abagus.
Mm-hmm. I look him dead in the eye. No, I'm not gonna try and play funny than this.
You will leave the city after 3 days' time. We will take the shackle from you. If you do not, we will find you, and we will take it forcibly.
I understand. I actually had a question. If you guys are staying in the city, there's another threat that faces the people. Because I'm assuming you are for the people, are you not?
We are.
Catch-22.
I insight check this.
Make an insight check.
Good old Catch-22.
Well,
can I join him on this insight check?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Are you thinking me or the guy?
The guy, I assume.
Okay.
The guy.
Right.
Cool.
The guy, whether or not he's for the people.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. He, based on what he's been saying, you get the feeling, yes, he's most likely for the people. There's still hesitation behind it, but for the most part, he is.
I mean,
You get the feeling he is more so here to promote an ideology.
right.
An ideology that puts the people first, but the individual people, maybe not so much. You get
Got
the
it.
feeling he believes he's on some kind of extremely important mission, something like akin to like a divine mission, and so
Got
he
it.
doesn't necessarily care for the individual people, but he needs to make sure that this ideology is set, and then he can go forth and produce it from there onwards.
Got it. You're really
I've-
sending out a hit.
Okay.
I've not
I'm wondering
been-
if you're going to get radicalized in your fucking late 60s or whatever.
I'm
What
already
are
in my
we
late
doing?
60s.
I keep leaving and coming back to some crazy shit.
It's just Abacus being a domestic terrorist. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
Nice.
So does he seem to be like for the people, for all we can tell? Or not really?
Lucius is not saying anything.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
my
assuming
god.
that you're for the people, I wanted to bring to light what I believe is personally the biggest threat to the everyday common person here in the city. And it is using, well, magic and the corruption of magic. One person who believes he's above everybody else because he has gained such high magical abilities. I'm not sure if you've heard of the demon thing, Virgil, who has been plaguing our city and been plaguing us as well.
He used to be the head of the Deliverers, but we kind
Right.
of bumped him off a while ago.
Exactly, because they were a threat to the everyday person as well. What was I gonna say? Sorry, my brain turned off for a second. That the everyday person is threatened by this demon because he for whatever reason enjoys just killing civilians and wearing their skin as a disguise. And I know that he is very magically inclined as well. If you are staying in the city, if you're staying in the city for the shackle, then I know we also have information that he plans to attack soon, and he plans to cause mass devastation soon. If you are staying in the city, and
If you're truly for the people,
and if you're for the people, I would recommend at least to get in the better public eye and, like you say, and sow the seed. And as long as sowing the seed doesn't involve killing civilians and people in general,
although we're trying to kill Virgil. He's not a person though. He's something else.
Yeah, right. Virgil is definitely an outside force that we don't want to deal with. If you would like to help as much as you can, and you're still going to be in the city, then I would like to let you know that Virgil intends to attack very soon. That being said, I in 3 days I will return the shackle to you. Like you said, my family, where I'd be more than happy to.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. With advantage?
No.
Damn.
Now it's time to get in that 20.
That's funny. Kill Virgil.
Damn.
Every city has issues with it.
But does every city have issues with a being who's infused himself with a demon and a magical metal?
3 demons, no less.
Mm-hmm. It's a bad situation, and I understand if you're not wanting to help. It is indeed our problem, but it was just I figure sowing your seed a little bit deeper into people's hearts.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you could show the people that you guys are actively against the corruption of magic and that you want to prove that, that this corruption must be dealt with. And I think that'll be much better than trying to kill some random noble child.
We seek to undermine the system that creates poverty.
Okay.
Not to
That's
solve
fair.
the individual issues of every city.
Gotcha. Now that I understand what your mission statement is a little bit more, better. Shut up.
Sorry,
Not for
just
the people.
what their mission statement is.
Well,
Just those wordings. Sorry, but continue.
It's like he's an NGO or something. Come on now.
Well, no. Now that I just don't fully understand what it is exactly you're trying to do here. But now that now you've made it more clear, I understand what you're trying to say. And I would still encourage you to help us out getting rid of Virgil because who's going to be poor if they're all dead.
That is a good point.
So if you guys agree to leave in 3 days, and in those 3 days you do not attack any more anybody and don't kill anybody, we can return you right now, and in 3 days I can return the shackle. And Lucius, would you be comfortable returning the cloak?
Depends on the terms they leave with right now. I still have some questions after you're done talking to them.
Well, please, by all means, go ahead and ask. I'm about done.
That's the conclusion you're coming to with them, then, is that they're free to leave as long as they
Don't hurt anyone.
Don't
As
hurt
long as they-
anybody. Don't attack anybody, and leave peacefully in 3 days, and do not return.
Right. There's very much still an issue with those terms.
Hmm.
And
Shoot.
realizing that's never what they came here to do in the first place.
Yeah, so it's kind of
Yeah.
redundant.
Navigus?
What do you mean?
I addressed the Unshackled now. It's my understanding that you guys have nothing to do with this continent in general. You've been missing off the grid for several years. Why come back?
We have not been off the grid for 7 years. We've been waiting, and plotting, and planning.
I'm gonna minor illusion an image of a broken chain for this. You've been waiting for this.
Yes.
I flick it out of existence.
Tilts his head.
Shit. Ugh.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
guess-
these guys are like. Okay, sorry.
I think there's a pretty critical misunderstanding of what it is they do, what it is they stand for, and what it is they intend. If we let them go saying that we will sow the seeds for them, that we will help cause this unrest, then that's what they came here to do in the first place. It's a step towards their end in the first place.
We are not going to be sowing seeds. We will continue
That's
with the
what
plan.
bringing news to the Silvertons is. Shaking up one of the noble houses is gonna have unprecedented.
I don't
influence on
intend
the city.
to delete or destroy the Silverton house. I intend
It-
to level the playing field.
That sounds like the
At which
Silverton
point you
house.
guys hear a as on the other end, 2 massive chains have now fallen to the ground, hands wrapped around them from his wrists.
Who?
Excuse me a second. Turn to Abigus.
This one.
Mhm.
His chains fell off.
No, like so he has the shackles and then the chains that they used to whip
He's
you
like
guys
getting ready
has
to
now
fight.
fallen on the floor and he's now gripping them.
Are we
Hold on.
really about to do this? I say to him.
This is a conversation. This is why I wanted to wait.
we're having a nice conversation here.
Regardless.
What? Negotiations are starting to break down.
Oh, no, hold on.
No, they are not. Abigus, please.
Everyone, calm down for a moment. Sorry. Is your understanding, Mr. Seldick, that we are going to be actively sowing the seeds of chaos? What I told you is what I still intend to do, but I'm not going to be destroying the house. I wish to just simply.
They've already mentioned that they've already sown the seeds.
Right. If you've already sown
Don't
the seeds,
expect anything other than what you've done. The fact
Okay.
that you hold this ideology and you appear to be honest is enough.
right?
You have
So that-
friends that don't share your ambition, it seems.
You don't even know if your god shares your ambition. He grants magic as much as he takes it away.
Sort of. At this point, Hill's kind of just leans forward and sort of tilts his head.
What?
As I was saying, Abigail, it doesn't matter what you intend. If seeds have been sown, and that means anyone with massive persuasion and is able to gather other people, the Golden City could fall in on itself. And whether or not that's something that should happen, if the playing field should be leveled, I do agree with that, but it takes time.
Mhm.
And if it happens too quickly, then the city
Anarchy.
is falling into
I
chaos.
agree. I don't. You're right. I don't intend to suddenly rip out the table leg of the city. I just want to, like I said, begin to level the playing field. And a threat like this, and I'm going to point to the guy who has his chains on the floor, is exactly the kind of, I guess, tinderbox to start that transition.
But at the same time, that same threat
that encourages the force.
Exactly, that encourages enforcement at the same time, because the nobles are then just going to start bearing down on the peasants harder because
Not
of this
what I'm
violence.
trying to do. What I'm trying to do is trying to have them help the peasants to help themselves. Like what Mr. Seldick said, nobles only care about themselves. They only want to do what's good for them. So, by having them believe that giving stuff to everyone else is actually helping them, which is what I intend to do using this shackle, we can change the narrative, and we can...
Do you believe that of me too, Abigus?
Not of you, because you are not a noble house. You are a friend, and you have been close to us.
So he's one of the good ones, then.
Not even a... No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you do care. But if you were to be living your entire life in an ivory tower and pressing down on those who have nothing in their lives, then yes, I would believe the same thing of you. But time and time again, you have shown your kindness and you have shown your will to talk through situations. I cannot tell you the times that I have tried to simply sell candy in the golden sector that I have been nearly beaten to death. And I don't believe that's you. I believe that you're my friend.
Something I could change, given time.
Right, and that's what we
and
need.
it's not,
We need time, and we don't. But we don't.
and it's not something that they seem to have the patience for.
They don't have the patience.
Well, that's why they're leaving. I'm saying they leave.
They're leaving because their accomplish is done. If everyone in the golden, not in the golden, if everyone in the outside the golden sector has the idea that they could rise against the nobles, then they will. And that it would be catastrophic.
I agree.
Whichever side
I'm
came
going
out
to
on
ask
top.
you, Lucius, to trust me.
Yes.
I will. Once we have agreed that this group, that the Unshackled, will leave this city for forever and not return, I will ask you to trust me, and we will make sure that that does not happen. This transition will be gradual, and it will be effective in order to, with the explicit intention just to make things fair for everybody.
So we're going to become bureaucrats now.
No, it's not that, but okay. Does that sound reasonable, Seldick? If you've already set your seed, please leave. In 3 days, I will return the shackle and the cloak to you.
We can keep the shackle. Or, sorry, no. We'll keep the shackle.
Okay, no, you said it. No, take backsies.
We'll keep it. That's alright. Keep the cloak. I think it suits you. And he looks at you, Abius.
Wait, the cloak or the... Wait, sorry.
The cloak.
Okay. I mean, okay, does it have any, like, magical properties or something? Or is it just...
Don't imagine it would, dude.
No, it's just a piece of cloth, Chief.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you can wear our colors. You're all right.
All right.
You're all right. Don't come.
Jesus.
You guys are all right. Don't come to the Golden Sector tomorrow.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I'm going to attempt walking past them and leaving the guardhouse.
Towards this guy?
Yes.
God, you have every once in a while you forget that
Okay.
Lucius is a noble and has.
As you start to walk
Has
that
this
way,
amount of swagger
as you
with
start
him.
to walk that way, he very visibly sort of leans up against the door. The one directly in front of you.
As in to, like, let him through, like he's, like, getting
No,
out of the way? Or
he's
like,
blocking the way.
oh.
Sort of
I won't
looks-
stop them from whatever decision they come to. I just don't personally agree with them.
Yeah,
We're
I
still a
think
group,
I've had
and we
enough
will
of
be,
this.
but I need
That's fair.
space.
I pull out the 2 shackles. If we give you 2 of these, will you let us leave?
I'm not carrying any of the shackles. I'm not.
I have 2 of them.
Nothing on me is valuable to you.
Make a persuasion check, Lucius, with advantage.
You have so
Okay.
much money. That's so valuable.
Yeah.
You're-
You're a walking vault, Lucius.
Persuasion with advantage? Okay, I don't have my thingy on.
Richter is... Yeah, Richter's helping you.
Please, God.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Please.
I'll extend his hand out to Richter.
I give him the shackles and
He
now let us go.
Can I keep
He
mine?
walks out. So you guys... So Richter and Lucius, you guys are welcome to leave the guardhouse.
On my
Wait,
way out, I'm
We
gonna
gave out all the shackles.
No, just
only
No,
two
two.
of them.
You
Okay.
guys just have the 2. We still have
That's
3.
our
We have 1
bargaining
on Javik
chips.
and 2 on me. Come on,
On the way out of the guard
You have
house,
3
I'm
on
gonna get 5 gold and I'm gonna toss it on the guard's body.
Okay, as you guys
Medical
exit
bills.
the jail cell, and begin to walk out, all of the guards in here are unconscious and beaten. There's not a single soul in here that is breathing and awake, other than everyone that they decided was necessary. You don't see anyone on your way out, other than probably the 24 guards that were stationed at this place during this time.
Wait, so they're dead?
No.
Okay.
Quick inspection can tell. They're all
Okay.
unconscious. They're just heavily beaten and bruised. Again,
Okay.
knocked into unconsciousness.
This is what sowing the seeds means, I guess. Things like this will be much more frequent.
You can't tell them that, because this is on your guys' way out, unless you want to walk back
Oh,
in.
okay.
Nope.
You
Got
can
it,
tell
got
this
it.
to Richter, but this is on the way out, because this is like the lower half where there's the prison cells.
I mean,
You guys
you
moving out
have
to like
the
a clerk area, and then...
you have the earring if you want to say something though.
I mean, they don't see the image.
They
that we're
don't
seeing,
see it,
so
so
doesn't mean
yeah.
anything.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
will tell Lucius though on the way as we're walking out by all these knocked out guards.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, Lucius, the only language some people understand is violence.
Well, some people, if they try something like this, they're not going to be so lucky.
Violence begets violence.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do we have an agreement? You will leave the Golden City in 3 days to never return,
Of
and
course.
you will give me time to go talk to the Silvertons with the shackle and the cloak.
And you
and I can
want
keep
to
the cloak?
return the shackle.
I want to return the shackle. Yes. Where? How would you like to return that? Do you want to meet outside the city or meet somewhere?
Be outside the northern gates in the evening of the 3rd day.
Okay.
I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Do not let
sounds-
your friend change your mind.
Of course not.
It will have grave consequences for those you know and those you love.
I don't mean to undermine your words, but I've been told that a lot and never really transpired. But I
Threats
I trust
have
you.
kind of stopped their luster on this group.
A little bit, yes.
They kind of emboldened us,
Like-
honestly.
No,
like, when
it
you
didn't
get-
embolden
when-
us, but
Look, it's just getting death threats 5 times a day.
Mhm. The fifth time you
They
the
lose their
a little bit.
luster, and no one has been able to back them up so far. So
Mhm.
And each
but
time they tried to
don't
get, they
intend I don't
found
intend to
out.
shortchange you, and however, I would not recommend coming after us. However, I agree. With that, would you like to go back and join your friend, and do you agree not to attack us?
Well, I agree.
I'll
Inside
cut
check.
him free.
Okay.
Well,
Cut him free. Flexes his wrists.
mhm.
And he'll extend his hand out. The shackles.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. I'll go ahead and I will be keeping the one. Dravik, would you like to give him back the one that you have?
Do I have to?
Actually, if you want, Dravik, are we
Like, I will. It's just like if I can't, listen, I don't have it. Well, you decide.
Dravik, you hold on to that one. You protect it with your life and my daughter's life. Here you go. I'm gonna hand him over the
The
3
3?
that I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys just have one left over, alright.
Yep.
I'll
And
nod.
Dravik has it.
He'll fucking get off the table.
Mm-hmm.
You're an interesting man. You make a persuasive argument.
I'm just trying to keep everybody safe.
You can't keep everyone safe.
You can certainly
You're a
try.
fool to think if you can. And he'll walk out with his friend.
Okay. Can I insight to just see does it seem like overall he was telling the truth?
Sure. Make an insight check.
To see if there was any part of that he was I don't know, holding back a little bit. Okay.
You get the
Fuck.
feeling. You get the feeling, yeah, for the most part, yeah, he has been telling the truth. He is going to go. He's going to do all the things he said he did.
Mm-hmm.
He was genuinely interested by what you had to say, and he seemed that he did believe in what you had to offer. And that was part of that had begun to wane when Lucius had spoke, but
Gotcha.
it seemed to have been fine.
This is me, Nick, trying to connect dots, and I believe I know.
Okay.
I believe I know.
So also
So-
it's 5:30.
Yeah, I was about to say we can take a 15-minute break. That's a pretty good end point to take a 15-minute break. I will mention Lucius and Richter, as you guys were sort of waiting outside the guardhouse.
I'm not waiting outside. I'm leaving.
Oh, okay.
I'm following him to make sure that
Okay,
he doesn't
so
get
you
hurt.
two leave. All right. So you guys are on your way towards wherever, and everyone else is sort of waiting in the guardhouse.
Waddles.
Yo,
When you were telling the story of Breasthaven, I was really like, why didn't you bring up that they also had a ban on magic?
oh
I think
fuck, that would have really good.
You were in the room. You could have helped. Oh wait, no.
I was not. I was out.
Shit.
for that one.
Oh man, you're right. I'm really sorry.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
fine.
needed a magic license.
Yeah,
and they blew up
they like
because
tried
of
to
that.
police magic.
And
man.
magic was the thing that like helped free everybody.
Yeah.
Fuck, that would have been so good. Damn it. Oh,
I like wanted to say it, but I was like, fuck.
Old man
you
brain.
could have earringed. You could have like. Oh,
I
You
was-
couldn't hear the conversation.
Yeah.
You guys can't. Yeah.
Good for not metagaming. You guys still made a compelling argument, though.
It's
so.
all good though.
Yeah.
That's
It
it. You
probably
made a very
wasn't
good
enough.
point.
By the way, out of character, I'm fucking pulling their leg, guys. I made the biggest bamboozle century. Just got rid of a crime ring by saying, "Yeah, Lamau, I'm gonna trick the nobles, fucking dumbasses."
Oh my god.
Just,
Oh,
We got
God,
3 days
I
to
hope
figure
I
out how
don't-
to clone one of these things.
How many leagues of assassins do we have like after us?
Yeah, how many
Like,
death
getting a
marks
little
have we
high.
racked up?
We get death threats like 5
Maybe
times.
when
a
you
day.
guys
It's
have
like-
fucking you guys are super powerful and stop shit
I'm
whenever it
just
comes up.
trying to sell candy on Halloween.
We're
Let's-
also
And everyone's
occasionally-
like gonna fuck my shit up for some damn
I
reason.
just to get drunk and
Alright.
make explosives.
How
but
about
no.
next time we just say stop causing chaos? There's a god trying to cause more chaos. If you keep doing the shit, the world's going to end.
Stop trying to cause chaos. My god is revived,
okay.
and I have to
They
go
didn't
fight him
wanna
again.
Stop any chaos. They just wanted to kill one single teenager. That's all.
That's fucking chaotic as shit, bro. Okay.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah,
one
nah.
small
Alright.
Fortnite child.
We'll meet back here at it's 5:35, 5:50.
Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom and then like,
5:50.
go grab my food. So I'll be
Uh,
back in a
so-
little bit, guys.
Grab
I have
food.
nothing
I
to do.
will
I
charge
will
my
stay
earbuds,
here.
so I will leave the call.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah, I'm
leave
gonna
the.
go
I'll
piss.
leave everything. I'll be
Might
back
be back,
in.
but what was he?
Wait,
was up?
5:50, right? 5:50. Fuck.
550.
Yeah,
Okay,
550.
cool.
550.
Fuck. How do I leave the call? Fuck. Shit. Tits.
Like that.
Well, I was right. Fucked.
Go. Uh-huh. So, it's all coming up normally. AKA, very whack. AKA what? Very whack.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, not for like...
didn't get to experience too much fucking mayonnaise.
Jeez.
It's only a mild amount of mayonnaise. It was like fucking light mayonnaise.
It's another Waddles negotiates with the terrorists episode.
Still on the packages, 'cause they did not cook all the way. Cook them all. It was fine. I like, but
Maybe
for the second time, they need to be, definitely need to be cooked all the way through.
Yeah.
I really did hear Nick be like, I know who you worship, and he's not who you think. Nick, what information do you have that I don't? And then, like, when you pulled someone away, Nick was like, this is just me extrapolating off of based off of, like, what Nick knows and not, like, anything specific.
I was like, get it right. It's just funny.